let me go, no you never come back. I'ma be the best that you never had.
Hello everyone and welcome to the EPF YouTube channel. We are here live from Pilsen, Czechia for the 2025 European Equipped Powerlifting Championships. My name is Alexandre Naudin and I'm here joined by Ivan Erasim. How are we feeling, Erasim?
Hello Alex, it is great to be back behind the powerlifting microphone. I have been in the speaker role at the Euro Classic Championships and now I'm back on the live stream, which I'm a bit more used to. We'll see how this goes.
This is the very first day of this 2025 European Equipped Powerlifting Championship. This one's dedicated to sub-juniors. We'll be having the whole women's side of sub-juniors and the first group of the men's. So starting off this morning, we have two groups. The sub-juniors 43s and 52s and the sub-junior 57s and 63s. 8 lifters in the first group and 7 in the second one.
We have a strong Polish and Ukrainian representation and one competitor from Romania in our first group.
Yeah, first group, 3 classes, 43s, 47s, 52s, 2 lifters in the 43s, 3 in the 47s, and 3 in the 52s. So we'll jump around, we'll let you know what's happening on the platform, and the first lifter to kick us off is Anna Novitska from Ukraine, 70 kilos being loaded as we speak. And the competition is underway.
2025 European Equipped Championships, Pilsen, Czechia. Dawaj Anna, lightweight.
Here we really want Anna to set the tone for this competition and the first lift to be a good one.
Moving fairly well.
And 3 white lights, a good lift. She's on the board.
That is a great start to the competition. With the equipped, you are more used to seeing some lifters maybe not make their first attempt, but Anna has started us off well.
Now in the 47, her fellow Ukrainian Sofia Serenbeko, 90 kilo bars loaded.
Ukraine.
And these first lifts are very important for the 47s. This is a very tight class.
Dawaj Sofia.
Very snappy, very explosive. That's a convincing opener, 3 white lights.
Yeah, that was really fast. And we'll be doing a lot of jumping between weight classes, so listen carefully.
Yeah, the next lifters is from the 52 kilo class.
By
It's
slowly.
Susanna Sosnik from Poland,
Susanna, snow
also
check.
90 kilos.
Poland.
Yeah, that looks easy.
Yeah, another fairly easy lift.
It's a
It's
good
3
weight.
white lights.
Not much more you can ask for in terms of an opener.
Absolutely, and they're gonna want to go easy, or rather, for sure, for their opening attempts, because they are all in the podium positions. If they make at least one lift, they walk home with a medal.
Also in the 52s, Anna Maria Opriu from Romania, 95 kilos. This will match her personal best on her opener. Keep in mind we are in the sub-junior, so it is pretty common to see the total increase from competition to competition. But this one's going to be slightly too hard for her.
And this is gonna be
No
our
lifts.
this is gonna be our first miss of the competition. We'll see on the replay what could have went wrong. With the equipped, it's more often technique than the strength.
I think she pushes the ball forward a bit, but it looks like a mix of strength and technique here.
We'll see how she does on her second.
Back in the 47s with Sofia Chevchuk from Ukraine, 100 kilos.
And another miss.
Yeah, back-to-back misses on the platform, no lift.
This time
Usually that first squat is the most nerve-wracking attempt, so it might be a case of that, especially with sub-juniors, handling stress, the emotions.
Yeah, and she was really fast on the way down. I think she just lost control at the bottom.
Hopefully these lifters will regain in the second round of squat. Now into Elisa Perdon from Poland, 110. And the clock is ticking. Now she's on the platform. Don't rush the setup. Find your proper footing on the ground to get that first attempt. This one's gonna go through. And it's gonna be 3 white lights and a good lift to Razem. Two more openers to go, one in the 52s and one in the 43s. The first one being 120 for Diana Lavrus from Ukraine.
Yeah, that was a lovely attempt, really deep. You're usually seeing more measure, more on the dot squatting in regards to depth in the equipped lifting.
For Diana, this is her last competition as a sub-junior before entering the juniors. She's 18, been competing 3 years. And she has the biggest subtotal announced on prognosis in the 52s.
That is 3 white lights, a good lift.
That looked very optimized.
It seemed like there was a tiny speed bump on the way up.
You really don't want to go higher than this, but it counts and it's all that matters. And the heaviest opener of this group belongs to one of the 43s. It's going to be 125 for Karolina Itzak from Poland. That's a pretty big opener.
And it moves fairly easy, and it's 3 white lights, a good lift at almost 3 times body weight for her opening attempt.
So two lifters yet to be on the board. Gerasim. We have Sofia Chevchuk that missed the opener of 100 kilos. And also Anna Maria Opriou, who missed 95, both opting to retake it during that second round of squat.
That is the smart thing to do here, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. Especially looking at these classes, everyone's aiming at the podium. You really don't want to bum out. So jumping 7.5 is Anna Novitska from Ukraine, going from 70 to 77.5.
No, that is going to be a no lift. Just get stuck halfway up. Her opening attempt looked a bit slow, but I was thinking it was just the technique. It seems that it was rather heavy for her.
Yeah, it looks heavy here.
It doesn't look like there's a major technique breakdown, so perhaps the strength just not there. Maybe she can squeeze it out on her third. We'll have to wait and see.
Hopefully. Now on to Anna Maria Opriou from Romania, retaking 95 after missing it on her opener. Was it a case of technique or strength? The answer is just a few seconds.
Oh, and I think that was most certainly not to depth.
I think she might have missed the command here.
Well, a whole slew of errors, and she's gonna be in a dangerous situation. She's gonna have to make her third if she wants to stay in the competition.
Yeah, she started her squat before the squat command, and I don't think that squat was deep enough, so two things to correct during the third round of squat. Now on to Sofia Seredenko from Ukraine. Bars loaded for a 10 kilo jump and a 2.5 kilo personal best.
And this is the personal best attempt for Sofia in 2.5 kilos. Давай, Sofia.
I think she might have had the best opener of this whole group. So I'm fairly confident that this one is going to go through. Come on.
Oh yeah, that was 3 white lights, a good lift, and that was really great technique. With the equipped, it's more of a learning curve from what I've heard. I haven't tried equipped squatting, but from what I've heard, it's a lot more of a learning curve than just building strength, and she seems to have it all figured out.
Here she comes.
Now walking on the platform is Sofia Chevchuk. Retaking 100 kilos, the Ukrainian missed the opener. She was opening 20 kilos shy of her personal best, so it shouldn't be a strength issue.
That looked smooth.
Definitely looked better. It's going to be 3 white lights and a good lift. She's on the board.
That looked a lot better. That looked like 20 kilos below her personal best. And she did it so fast, I was afraid she would skip a command, but it was 3 white lights, everything to the standard.
Another lifter attempting 100 kilos is Susanna Sosnek from Poland, jumping from 90 to 100. That looked good. That looked very good. 3 white lights and some room to roam for a nice third.
Absolutely, that was a beautiful second attempt.
Next at 115 kilos. Leading squat competition in 47 kilo category. On the bar, slowly.
Now surprisingly, only jumping 5 kilos is Elisa Perdin from Poland, from 110 to 115. This would match her personal best.
Well, maybe just playing it safe, going for a big third. Or just building up the total.
Yeah, based on prognosis, it looks like a fight between Elisa Perdon and Sofia Chevchuk, only separated by one jump at the moment. So playing the long game here with a 5 kilo jump. I think it was the sensible decision. It was on the line.
So sorry.
Yeah, well, this is gonna be a no lift, but we'll see on the replay if it was a technique breakdown or just a strength issue.
Diana Lavrus, Ukraine.
I think on the way up she crunches a bit, like right here.
52 kilo category.
The elbows
Yeah.
go up, the bar rolls
In
forward.
squat competition.
And I think she might have gone a bit too deep.
The first round.
She might have
Maybe.
gotten thrown out of position at the
7.5
bottom.
kilos for Diana.
Jumping 7.5 kilos is Diana Lavros from Ukraine from 120 to 127.5.
Very nice. That is 3 white lights, a good lift.
That was a great second attempt.
Carolina Incha
A really nice technique.
There's maybe room for it, 2.5, 5 kilos. If she can maintain that position, she has more in the tank. The last squat of the second round goes to Karolina Itzak from Poland, 132.5. This is a 7.5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best attempt for the Polish.
Come on, Carolina. Personal best. Let's go, girl.
Let's see it, come on.
Let's go.
That bar looks a bit crooked on her back, but she maintains tension.
Oh,
But
it's a big battle.
I think that bar positioning cost her a bit here. You can see that on the right side, the bar seems to lower while she pushes, throwing her balance off.
Well, the bar positioning was pretty much the same on her first attempt.
Open with 7 kilos. No, 77.5.
But I think as the weights get heavier, it's worse and worse to handle. But for now, leading the 43s is obviously Itzak, leading the 47s is Perdon, and leading the 52s is Lavrus. But we still are yet to see Anna Maria Oprio score a squat. We need that in the third round. Third round starting now with Anna Novitska from Ukraine, reattempting 77.5. This
And
one,
a lot better.
yup.
A lot better this time.
It's gonna be 3 white lights and a good lift, so 2 for 3 in the squat events for Novitska. And now the attempt we were just talking about a few seconds ago, Erasem, is Anna Maria Oprio from Romania, attempting 95 for the third time. Strength was there on the second attempt. She missed the command, and we were wondering if it was deep enough. This is everything for Anna Maria, otherwise she won't be able to register a total. Come on! It goes up. Is it deep enough? Oh, a bit of suspense here.
It is a 2-to-1 good lift. A
2 to
depth
1.
from the right hand side referee.
And the jury has immediately overruled. Keep in mind that when the referees on the platform are not unanimous, the jury can intervene. They need to be unanimous inside the jury. It was the case here. That squat is judged not deep enough. So Anna Maria Oprio won't be able to register a total and is missing out on the podium in the 52 kilo class. A lot more squats to go in this third round of the first group. We have Sofia Seredenko from Ukraine jumping 10 kilos from 100 to 110. This is for a sizable PR.
I think she
110.
broke it by 2.5 the previous time, so going for 12.5 in this competition now.
Training must have been going superb to attempt a 10 kilo PB. Big brace.
Oh, Just not there.
Yeah, she lost tension at the bottom.
No lift.
Couldn't manage the weight, no lift, but she's safe thanks to the
Sofia
spotters.
Keksu.
You can see right here, she loses tension.
Yeah, just tips forward.
Yeah, the hips get backed,
Bar
which
is
made her
loaded.
tip forward. Bar is loaded also for 110 for Sofia Chevchuk from Ukraine in the 47s.
And she's going
On
after
subtotal, she's
single
chasing
on
Elisa
squat with
Perdon
this
from
attempt.
Poland,
Dawaj,
only
Sofia.
10 kilos shy of her.
And that is a beautifully executed third attempt.
And it's a good
It's
10
going to be
kilos
3
up.
white lights for what
one
is
attempt
what
for
was
the
probably
GC
her
opener
planned
for
second
second
because
group.
she had to
One
retake her
attempt.
opener.
Time to
It looked
take
like
the
comfortable
opener
weight.
after
Her
Susanna's
PB is
closing attempt
120,
from
so I'm not
126.
surprised to see that.
Yeah, and there seems to be some left in the tank, but of course with Equip there is always a chance of missing due to a technical error.
Next out is Susanna Sosnik from Poland, 110. She opened on 90, that would be a 20 kilo increment in the squat event. Unfortunately not here today, no lift.
Now we have Perdon. She opened with
The last squat of the
10 kilos,
47s
115.
belongs to Elisa Perdon from Poland. It's going to be
Another
115.
openers for second
She
group.
missed it during
Three
her
attempts
second
to go,
attempt,
first group. Three attempts to go,
and we were
first
wondering what
group.
happened.
Bar
Was it a
is
case of
loaded.
strength
Elisa
or
Perdon,
technique for that
Poland.
5 kilo jump? She's retaking it right now.
The clock is ticking down.
For those not so familiar with powerlifting, once
Come on, Elisa.
the speaker and the chief referee announce that the bar is loaded, you have 1 whole minute to receive the squat command. So 1 minute, walk onto the platform, set up, present the bar with hips and knees fully extended, and receive the command. So 20 more seconds for her.
Come on. Dawaj. It's yours.
Oh,
Oi, oi.
Struggles to maintain balance. Still 8 more seconds to receive the command.
oh,
She
that's
tips backwards. I don't think it's going to be here today. She won't be able to receive the command. She times out. It's going to be a no lift for Elisa Perdon.
something went really wrong there. Was she just rushing the walkout, or is she perhaps feeling somewhat unwell?
I think maybe it's also a question of how are the reps positioned. Are they positioned correctly?
Bar is loaded. No need, Carolina. Let's go.
But that will stay a
Personal
question.
best attempt. It would be nice
Karolina
to go
Itzak from
with
Poland
opener and
reattempting
squat and
132.5.
personal best. Dawaj.
It's for a 2.5 kilo PB. She's well in the lead of the 43 kilo class. And she has the biggest total on prognosis of this whole group. Come on.
Yeah, big fight from the bottom, but unfortunately not there today.
One last squat in this first group and a lot of misses so far, Asim.
Quite a lot of misses, I'd say about a 50% success rate.
Bar is loaded. Dawaj, Diana.
But Diana Lavrus from Ukraine
107.5 kilos
is
for
2
second,
for 2
5
so far.
kilos more.
Aiming for 3 for 3 with this 5 kilo jump. 132.5 loaded. This would be for a 2.5 kilo personal best.
And this will make her our first competitor to go 3 for 3.
Stay in control. Come on.
And that looked like a perfect third attempt.
Great effort, great technique. 3 white lights and 3 for 3 in the squat event. That was a nice ending to this first group.
Yeah, at least one of the competitors going 3 for 3. Of course, with equipped, you not only have to produce your maximum strength, but while doing that, you have to manipulate the suit and the wraps perfectly in order to be able to achieve the maximum on the day. So a lot more chance for failure due to a slight technical mishap. But we're going straight on into our next group.
And the next group is the 57s and the 63s. We have 3 57s and 4 63s, all battling for the podium. And the first one to open is Diana Kola from Ukraine with 100 kilos, which would already be a 10 kilo personal best in competition.
That will certainly be an achievement, although not a surprise. She's only 15 years old.
Давай, Диана.
Great control, great tension, all the way.
Good way
But 2 to
1.
1, a good lift, so a possibility for the jury to intervene, and the jury has overruled. That red light seems that the right side referee thought that the hip crease weren't lower than the top portion of the knees, and the jury are unanimous. They overruled, so it will be ruled a no lift, even though the bar went up.
Yeah, she's gonna have to go just slightly lower for her third attempt, but considering how the first one looked, I think she's gonna be alright.
It sounds doable. In the 57s, Amelia Dutch from Poland won 32.5, also opening on her PB, 2.5 kilo PB on the opener. And I don't think that depth is going to be questionable here. 3 white lights, a good lift. You can see on the replay the hip crease
Well
goes below the top part of the knee.
Yeah, that was
Very convincing.
more than deep enough.
Also from Poland, but in the 63s, it's Susanna Machuska, opening with 140. Bar is loaded. The clock is ticking. We are yet to see Susanna Machuska.
Yeah, here she comes with 25 seconds on the clock.
And running with knee wraps is not the most comfortable thing before a squat attempt. If she can manage that one, that'll be very impressive.
Let's hope
10
she doesn't
seconds.
rush anything.
Impressive.
It's quite a fight, but she was a bit late to the platform, had to rush just slightly. We'll see for the second attempt. This one, of course, 3 white lights, a great first attempt, but looked fairly hard. So maybe on the second, if she gives herself more time, she can get a couple more kilos.
I mean, running before a squat attempt is not ideal. Opening with 150 in the 57s is Ada Sofia Helseth from Norway. Great tension on the way down, listening to the coach all the way. And it goes up very fast, very explosive. 3 white lights, a good lift.
And that was very, very well executed. Listening to the coach.
Yeah, that looked very technically sound. Perfect opener, if you ask me. Back in the 63s we go with Sandra Jesok from Poland, 160. She's forecasted first in the 63 kilo class. But every attempt will count in the fight with Coppola. That opener needs to be comfortable.
And it seems to be fairly comfortable. We'll have to wait for the lights here, and it's three white ones, which means the opener was as comfortable as it looked.
Technique also looked great. Now into her opponent, Nini Coppola from Finland, opening with 170. And squat is really the event in which she shines. She collects the kilos to try and make the difference with your sock.
She's opening with personal best at 2.5 kilos.
As Mary is mentioning in the room, she's opening with a 2.5 kilo personal best attempt.
And that moves very well, but I do not think it was deep enough, and the referees agree. She's gonna have to go quite a bit deeper.
We'll have a look at that replay, but missing her opener is going to hurt her in the long run. Yet that was not depth at all, unfortunately. It was kind of far off. That last squat of the first round for the 57s and 63s belongs to Anastasia Olentia from Ukraine, 195.
Opening 15 kilos above her personal best.
That's huge. That's massive. We are in the sub-juniors, 57s, opening with 195.
Personal best, mighty opener. Let's go.
Very slow and controlled. And
That looks
moves
fast, but
very easy, but
it also looked kind of high from afar. So it's going to be 2-1, a good lift for the time being, with the door open for the jury to intervene, and they do so. No lift. The jury has overruled the squad of Anastasia Olentia. You really want to make those lights white this morning. The jury is looking at what's happening on the platform and ready to intervene. So for now, leading the 57s is Ada Sofia Sedberg with 150, with Olentir yet to be on the board, and Tiesok leading the 63s with two lifters yet to be on the board, and Diana Koda is one of them, retaking 100 kilos now. I think this one is going to count. Yes, it is 3 white lights, a good lift.
she wasn't missing much on her first attempt, just needed to go slightly lower, do it slightly better, and she did exactly that. Right on the limit, I'd say. I think the other two athletes who have missed on depth are gonna have bigger issues with reaching
Yeah.
it, because their squats were a lot higher. We'll have to see.
Now on the platform is Emilia Dutch from Poland, jumping 5 kilos. 137.5 would be a new personal best for her. And there it is. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Well controlled, gets the most out of the squat suit and the reps.
Good job, girl. Susanna Cheska comes next with 42.5 kilos.
Yeah, technique looks on point. She has room for a third.
Cheska.
Bars loaded now for Susanna Machuska, jumping 2.5 kilos. from 140 to 142.5. 2.5 is the smallest increment you can make when it's not a record attempt.
She tries to work for it, but it's just too heavy. The 140 was right on the limit today.
I mean, there was nowhere else to go. If you needed to attempt something, it was going to be 42.5, so no regrets.
Ada Berge from Norway. Bars loaded.
Bars loaded now for Ada Sofie Elseberg from Norway, jumping from 150 to 157.5. It looks like she's pacing to match her personal best of 165. If she can go back to back with the 7.5 kilo jumps.
Kom igen nu Ada. Nu kör vi, kom igen.
Once again, very much listening to her coach on the way down and only going up when the coach says so. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, that's a really great execution there. From Team Norway, teamwork makes the dream work.
I like that.
And when you're in a wraps and the suit, you can't really feel how deep you are, because even halfway down you're feeling you can't go lower.
Yeah, the wraps really do throw your possession off.
Dawaj Sandra.
Now, Sora Jesok from Poland, 167.5, 7.5 kilo jump for 5 kilo PB attempt.
This is personal best attempt for Sandra with 5 kilos. Come on girl, it's yours. Let's do
And with
this.
Coppola yet to be on the board, this would be a comfortable position if she can get that.
Moving fairly well. Just waiting for the lights. I think it was right about on the limit.
And it's going to be 3 white lights, a good lift. Interesting storylines here in the 63 sub-juniors. Bars now loaded for Nini Coppola. She needs to answer right now with this 175. Even though she missed her opener, she jumped 5 kilos. So that would be a 7.5 kilo personal best.
She needs this in order to stay at least somewhat in the fight for the overall title.
It still looks high.
Yeah, to be honest, not surprised. These are 3 red lights. She is gonna have to go quite significantly lower if she wants to get a valid squat in. Might have been slightly better than the first one, but far from deep.
I think if I'm the coach here, I'm going with the Norwegian strategy and not going up until the coach says so. Just go as far down as you can.
40 seconds.
Well, the problem with the Norwegian strategy for her would be that she's a really fast squatter.
Yeah, that's true. And now walking fast onto the platform is Anastasia Volentier. She missed 195 for death, reattempting it. The Ukrainian needs to be on the board. She's forecasted first by quite the margin in the 57s. Come on, sink it. And it looks just about the same as our opener. It's going to be 2-1, and I'm waiting for the jury to intervene here. Are they going to intervene, or are they going to agree? No, no lift. The jury has overruled. Back-to-back no lifts for Lent here.
Well, I think she went significantly deeper than her opening attempt. So she's at least going in the right direction to hopefully reach depth for her third.
So with Olentir and Coppola yet to be on the board, we have Sandra Tiesok leading the 63s and Are Sofia Alsetberg leading the 57s. Very interesting storylines here in these two weight classes with the favorite or the runner-up yet to be on the board.
On third place in 63 kilo
The
category.
third round of squat starts with Diana Kola from Ukraine, 110. And I think that was our best squat so far. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Absolutely, I think she could have gone there for one or two more attempts.
Nice way to bounce back. Missing the opener, having the second one being 50-50, and that third one very convincing and the heaviest one. Nicely done.
Amelia Deutz, Poland, 140 kilos, bars loaded.
Bars now loaded for Emilia Dutch from Poland.
57 kilos squat competition.
140 kilos for
This is
2.5 kilo
personal
PB.
best attempt. Let's go, Amelie. Come on, come on, come on. You got it, girl.
Come on.
That was quite a battle.
Nice third attempt. 3 white lights and 3 for 3 in the squat event.
A great attempt selection. I don't think she would have had a kilo more there.
And the bar is loaded.
Really had to work for it.
Good luck on her
Yeah, great game
second
plan
attempt.
so far.
Let's make it correct on this third one.
Another Polish, Susanna Maciuska in the 63s, reattempting 142.5. Her opener was very hard. She missed 142.5 during the second attempt, and she's still coming out for the third. She feels like she has a chance to dominate this 142.5.
Давай, Susanna, let's go.
Can she manage to pull it off, dominate the weight? She received the squat command. How about that for Susanna? 3 white lights, a good lift, Razim.
And I think that moved better than her opening attempt. The 142.5 on her second attempt did not move at all. This time she handled it very well.
Yeah, she stayed in her lane, found the correct balance, and was able to maintain the bar path. 3 white lights, a good lift. Very solid third attempt.
57 kilo squat competition.
Now on the platform is Ada Sofia Alsetberg. We mentioned that she might be pacing to equal her PB.
This one.
This is what she's going to attempt. 165 loaded on the board for the Norwegian. Let's see it. And once again, the Norwegian coaching staff doing their part, and 3 white lights, a good lift, 3 for 3 and a match PB for the Norwegian.
Yeah, she just does exactly what she's told and she makes the lift. It's almost as if the coaches know what they're doing.
Zizok here has the result already. Leading the competition in
Back in the
63
63s we go with Sandra Tiesok from Poland.
Yet bar is loaded.
175, a 7.5 kilo jump for that same amount of a personal best.
Personal best attempt for Sandra.
Keep in mind, Coppola is yet to be on the board, so that will create almost a 70 kilo gap with Majuska, but only a 17.5 kilo gap if Coppola scores a opener.
A great third attempt here. Just waiting for the referee lights. And it's
Okay,
3 white
3 white
lights.
lights. Provisional squat gold with Nini Coppola to follow. She missed 170 for depth. Missed 175 for depth. Going up 5 more kilos is Nini Coppola. 180. Maybe it's the weight that she's missing to go deeper. Maybe weight is the answer.
Yeah, let's hope the 5 extra kilos push her down low enough so that she can get 3 white lights. This is her final chance to stay in the competition.
Let's see it, Nini. We need that attempt from you. I don't want to jinx her, but it does not look deeper. It's going to be a no lift.
2 to 1.
No lift, 2 to 1.
2 to 1, and I can't really see the jury overturning that.
Me neither, unfortunately.
It was better. Maybe she just needed 5-10 kilos more.
And so the runner-up, Coppola Nini, is out of the competition, unable to register total. Now onto the platform is Anastasia Olendzier, that don't want to leave that same situation. She's reattempting 195 again. She needs to sink this one. Make it as convincing as she can. Let's see it, come on!
It was definitely deeper. And it's 3 white lights this time. She breathes a sigh of relief. And she is going off the platform really, really happy. I don't know if this is an established technique, but she just seemed to have taken the same way 3 times, went just a bit lower each time.
And with that last attempt, she's back on top. Anastasia Olendzier getting squat gold with 195. Ada Sofia Elsetberg with silver with 165. And squat bronze, Amelia Dutch 140. In the 63s, collecting gold is Sandra Tiesok with 175. Silver, Susana Machuska with 142.5. Bronze medal, Diana Koda from Ukraine, 110. We'll be back in just about 9 minutes for some bench press action. See you then. And we are back live from Pilsen, Czechia for the 2025 European Equipped Powerlifting Championship. This is the first flight of the day. Squat is done. We'll be entering the bench press event with openers ranging from 40 kilos to 60 kilos and the 43s, 47s and 52s, Razem.
We have had a competitor drop out in the squats, but it seems like she's going to be continuing her fight on the bench press to secure some single lift medals.
And the first one to open is Ana Maria Opriu from Romania, 40 kilos. And it looks like she's opening without a suit.
And that is an approach we see sometimes in the equipped powerlifting. With the bench press shirt, it's very much hit or miss. It's 3 white lights and a good lift for her at 40 kilos, doing it raw just to secure a valid lift.
So what would be the biggest difference between a raw bench and a bench with a shirt, Razim?
Well, the way down is a lot harder doing it with a shirt. With raw, you just let it go down. With a shirt, it can be quite a bit of work.
We're gonna have the first example here with Anna Novitska. And you can see the tension is very different with the shirt. It's gonna be 2-1, a good lift with a blue light from the chief referee. A blue light in the bench press can signal two things: downwards movements on the way up, which I think is the case here, and a lack of lockout of the elbows at start or the finish position.
Yeah, well, the elbows certainly were locked out. I think that was for supposed downward movement, but the lift seems to be good, so...
Now Diana Lavros opening with 45 kilos, the Ukrainian opting to go with the shirt. So really, the bench shirt is a tool to try and extract maximum performance in the bench press. It does not bench for you at all. It is very different and very technical. It's like a band that you need to pull on the way down to maintain position, tense up. And here you can see where that tension goes away. Really, the lockout is full on up to you.
Yeah, basically, the lower you are, the more assistance the shirt provides.
Sofia Severenko opens at 50 kilos.
There's going to be 3 white lights, a good lift.
Good bar is loaded.
Bars now loaded for Sofia Seredenko from Ukraine, 50 kilos. 16-year-old already be competing 3 years. That was snappy.
Yeah, that
3
was
white lights, a good lift.
a very comfortable first attempt. And I think they are... most of them are opting to use a rather soft version of the bench press shirt. Of course, the softer the shirt, the stretchier it is, the easier it is to manipulate. The really stiff bench shirts require a lot of technical knowledge and strength.
Yeah, a lot of back strength. The stiffer the suit gets, the stronger your back needs to be to get into a proper position to try and bench. Let's see how Elisa can do with 55 kilos. And one thing to pay attention to here is that head. It almost lifted off the bench, and that would be to be signaled with a yellow light. So
Yeah.
watch out. Look at the head. I think there was only contact with the hair here, so great illusion.
Yeah, she just about stayed in contact with the bench. She's not gonna want to lift her head any further up.
Bars now loaded for Sofia Chevchuk from Ukraine, 57.5.
And as we were talking previously, you need a lot of back strength to manipulate a bench press shirt. All of the energy that's gonna help you get the bar up, you need to generate it on the way down.
Come on, Sophia.
Yeah, really, it's almost like a bow and arrow. You really want to tense that bow to try and push the bar on the way up. But if you miss the correct path, it's going to be hard to recover. But here she does it well. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Susanna Snowcheck comes next with same iron.
Same weight for Susanna Sosnik from Poland.
Bars loaded.
Bars loaded. And with the lifters coming up to the platform, you can really see in the direction in which the shirt pulls you. It pulls the shoulders forward. You need to retract the scapulas.
Good weight.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Each shot comes now with 60 kilos.
The last opener,
That's her opening
it's for
weight.
Karolina
Bars
Itzak
loaded.
from Poland, 60 kilos.
Poland.
On prognosis, she has the biggest total in this whole group.
While being a 43,
That's pretty impressive.
that is a solid opening attempt.
A bit asymmetrical, but still 3 white lights, a good lift.
Second round.
And we can see her using a belt, but a much narrower belt that you would than the one you would see lifters use in the squat or deadlift. The primary function of this basically specialized bench rest belt is to hold the shirt down at your stomach so that it doesn't slip upwards onto your neck and start choking you out during the lift.
It is very legal, but keep in mind that you cannot touch that belt with the bar, otherwise it will be signaled by a yellow light and a no lift. But everyone's on the board, which is a good thing. Second round, starting with Anna Novitska from Ukraine, 47.5.
It is a very solid moving second attempt, 3 white lights, and so far so good. Doing a lot better than on the squats here.
50 kilos.
Talking about the overall group,
10 kilos jump from the opener.
and let's hope we haven't jinxed anything by saying that.
Per usual. Set it up on the bench as we speak is Ana Maria Opriu from Romania, jumping 10 kilos. That's a pretty unusual jump in the bench press event, from 40 to 50.
Oh, she opened raw, now she's put on a shirt.
And you can see it does look very different. The elbows are
Absolutely.
more tucked in, more tension on the way down, struggling a bit to touch the chest, but when it goes up, it goes up.
Yeah, you can really see she has to work hard
Bar is loaded.
to control the bar while it moves downwards and reaches her chest.
It's a whole different movement. Opting for a 7.5 kilo jump is Diana Lavros from Ukraine, from 45 to 52.5, which would match our personal best.
And you can really see the shirt giving her a big boost of the chest, but then struggling on the lockout. It's a 2-to-1 good lift with a yellow from the right-hand side referee.
And what would that yellow would be for? I think it might be for the butt lifting off the bench here.
Yeah, we'll see what the jury says about that. It was very much on the line.
I think they're still discussing it. They'll need to be unanimous if they want to intervene. And I don't think they'll be.
Yeah, the lift will stand.
Sofia Serendeko from Ukraine, 57.5. This would be for a 2.5 kilo PB. Looks like she almost struggled to stabilize the bar at the bottom, but through white lights, a good lift. We'll have a look at that bottom part on the replay here. See, she struggles a bit to stabilize, but once it's done, she receives the command and is able to push through. Eliza Perdon from Poland, only jumping 2.5 for 2.5 kilo PB.
Yeah, rather small jump considering we're doing equipped, but a tactical decision from Team Poland, I would presume.
Oh, it's more of a fight. It's not gonna go up. And she seems to be disappointed with that attempt. The head looked more convincing this time on the bench though.
Yeah, the head was a lot more planted on the bench, but she just could not get the bar up. We'll see if she can do it on her third.
The second attempt for Sofia Chevchuk from Ukraine is 62.5. A 5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo PB attempt. Let's see it, Sofia. This is to increase the lead on Elisa Perdon.
And we can see losing control of the bar, just the bar moving towards her head, unable to finish the lift. When you lose the correct bar path in equipped, it is very, very hard to recover. And fortunately, we have a great team of spotters here to prevent any accidents.
Really, that bench shirt is a double-edged sword. If you have great technique, it helps you a lot. If you don't, it is very hard to manage. Susanna Sosnik from Poland, 62.5.
Yeah, no problems there. That is 3 white lights and a good lift.
And we have 65 kilos for Carolina Icha.
Not much to say, I think. She has 2.5 more in the tank.
Yeah, she struggles just a bit on the right side, but I think she can lock out a couple kilos more with proper execution of the lift.
65 kilos for Karolina Itzak from Poland, jumping 5. I think she might have lost control here at the bottom.
Yeah, I think we can see once again the bar path goes off, the bar moves too much
It's
towards her head,
52.5
and she
kilos.
just loses it.
So for the time being, leading the
And the bar is loaded.
43s is Itzhak, leading the 47s is Shchok, and the 52s is Lavers. We have a
This is
third
the
round
personal best
of bench
attempt.
press with attempt ranging from 52.5
Diana.
to at least 67.5, jumping around these three weight classes. And starting off with Anna Novitska from Ukraine at 52.5. Oh, it's a fight.
That was great work to lock that out.
Good
It is a
weight,
2 to 1 with a
51.
blue light from the right
New
hand side
personal best.
referee. Would
Congratulations.
usually indicate
And we have
downward
Anna
movement.
is loaded.
Was it just a transition while pushing backwards or downwards movement? No clear downwards movement on the replay.
I think that will stand.
And it won't.
Suri
No.
overruled, Suri
The jury has
overruled.
overruled it. I have spoken too soon.
So
Earlier
no
attempts.
lift for Novitska. And jumping into the attempt of Anna Maria Opriu from Romania, 52.5. This one's for match PB. A very segmented concentric part of the movement, and still a 2 to 1 with one blue light on the right side.
We'll have to see on the replay, but yeah, that is the classic equipped bench. Struggling to get it down, and the jury has overruled it. Unfortunately,
I think this one was clearer.
Bar is loaded.
Diana Lavers from Ukraine, 55, also a 2.5 kilo jump. But this one would be for a new personal best. And she clipped the rack on the way up.
Will be struggling that one. It hit
she
the back.
managed to recover, but that's going to be a no lift, unfortunately.
Last one. And we have set
And I
record
think here
on
this
the
blue
red.
light is for downwards
60
movement after
kilos.
clipping the rack. Because giving that a yellow light is
Bar is loaded.
difficult, because
Personal best
you
attempt
can
for
only
Sofia,
give a yellow
60
light when you
kilos.
judge the contact with the rack helpful. I don't think that was the case here.
Oh, that was certainly not helpful, but it was downward movement, unfortunately.
Now into Sofia Serendeko from Ukraine, 60 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump. Another lifter attempting a PB in this third round of bench press of the sub juniors. Nice attempt. 3 white lights, a solid third.
That was a great third attempt.
To go so long.
She stayed very technical,
For
never lost control,
second group. Bar is loaded
and she
now
managed
for
a
Sofia
nice
September.
third attempt.
Be ready.
And that was a lot better than her second.
And one lifter has opted to scrap her third. It's Elisa Perdon. So moving on to Sofia Chevchuk, reattempting 62.5. The Ukrainian missed that PB attempt during the second round. Time for revenge, maybe.
And this is gold medal attempt on bench press for Sofia. Давай. Personal best also.
Oh, she's fighting it.
Oh, she doesn't want to give up, but she won't be able to lock it out. No lift and 1 for 3 for Chevchuk.
2 attempts to go. Sofia Karolina Ichak, Poland, 65 kilos.
Next out is Karolina Itzak from Poland. She opened on 60, got it. Went to 65, missed it, so she's re-attempting 65 during the third round of bench press. Keep in mind, she's the leader of the 43 kilo class, and she has the biggest subtotal on prognosis of all these three weight classes.
She's very comfortably in the lead, but she's gonna want to add a couple more kilos to her total. That looked a lot better than her second, and it's 3 white lights this time.
And that really showed that it was only a matter of technique during the second round. When it's a case of strength, it's pretty much impossible to recover with another attempt. But when it's technical and you know what to correct, this is the outcome we can expect. One last bench press for this group. Before we move on to the 57 and 63s, we have Susanna Sosnik from Poland. 67.5, a 5 kilo jump for that same amount of a PB. Come on!
The bar really flies off her chest. It's 3 white lights and a good lift to wrap up this bench press.
She already had bench press gold in the
Session.
class, but she solidified her position.
7 and 6. 7 and 6.
So bench press gold in the 53s goes to Karolina Itzak. Bench press gold for the 47s goes to Sofia Serendeko. And as I've mentioned, Susanna Sosnik gets bench press gold in the 52s with 67.5. With our break, we'll be moving on to the 57s and 63s. We have openers ranging from 65 kilos to 110. That's massive. And the first one to open is a 63. It's Susanna Macieska from Poland, 65 kilos. What's your bet? Is she going to come with a bench press shirt or without one?
Well, this is 2.5 kilos below her personal best. If she could do it raw, that'd be fairly impressive, but I think she has a shirt on.
And you are right. Shirt is on, and she has 25 more seconds to try and set up and get the start command.
This might be tight, time-wise.
It's going to be tight. Is she going to beat the buzzer? 10 seconds. She does get the command.
Oh, it's quite a bit of work for an opening attempt there.
3 white lights, a good lift, but a tough lockout.
Yeah, she will want to give herself a bit more time on her next attempt, just to have the peace of mind, so you don't have to rush the setup.
Diana Koda from Ukraine, 65 kilos. She's on the platform on time, giving herself a whole minute to try and set up. One thing we are yet to mention is the hand positioning on the bar. The widest grip you can get is the index fingers covering the ring.
Wow, and that absolutely flies up.
3 white lights, a new personal best of 5 kilos with a lot of room to roam for the Ukrainian. I was not expecting that speed. Even on the replay, it looks very fast.
You blink and you miss it.
In the 57s, we go with Amelia Dutch from Poland, 80 kilos, a match PB.
Has to work fairly hard to get the bar down to her chest, but the way up is
We
more
have
more
again.
easier because of that.
Yeah, that's three white lights, a good lift, solid opener.
Body's loaded.
Very symmetrical and able to express power on both sides. Now on the platform is the Norwegian Ada Sofie Alsetberg from
Coming right
Norway.
up.
She squatted 165. Very segmented bench. Are we going to see blue lights? No, we won't. Three white lights, a good lift. I think it was on the line.
As long as the bar does not move downwards, it can stop, it can shift backwards and forwards. But yeah, that was very much on the limit of downward motion.
Yeah, I think it shifted backwards exactly as you've mentioned, but no downwards movement here. In the 63s, Sandra Ciesok from Poland, 92.5. Three white lights, a good lift. Now, someone that kept us on our toes during the squat events. Nini Coppola from Finland, opening with 102.5, the biggest opener of the class.
I did not manage to get a squat in. She'll be looking for redemption on the bench press.
Let's go.
And when it's international, you can collect medals for the movement, even though you don't register total. So this one's important for her.
Easy opener.
That looks like a solid opener. It's going to be three white lights, a good lift. And this one's going to make you regret not collecting a squat.
Absolutely, if she had collected at least her opener, she would be at least somewhere close to the fight.
Yeah, she'll be very close to Sandra Ciesok, fighting for the lead in the 63 kilo class. One last opener and it belongs to the 57 kilo class. It's for Anastasia Olentsier from Ukraine, 110. She has the biggest squat of the championship so far with 195. But we really don't want that same scenario to happen. We want the opener.
Now we want the opener and then we want some more.
Let's go.
That looks fairly easy, but we're gonna have to see that from the front perspective. Three
gonna
white
be
lights.
Three white lights, a good lift, so no possibility for the jury to intervene.
I would like to see the depth on that.
It does look fine from that angle.
Yeah.
And
It
what you
looks-
are referring to here is depth of the elbows. They need to go as far down as the middle of each of its shoulder. But everyone's on the board for both the 57s and the 63s. A great sight. The second round starts with Susanna Maciejska from Poland. 67.5. The bar is loaded.
Equaling her personal best with this one.
So how about that 2.5 kilo jump? The opener was quite hard at lockout. Was it a bar path issue for Susanna? Let's see it. Come on. And pretty much the same bench.
That's a good
And there was quite a bit of work on the way down and on the way up.
But she's collecting kilos. This one's 3 white lights and a good lift.
Kurgan from Ukraine. 32.5.
Yeah, tough lockout, but manages it.
As long as you stay in control, the shirt really can help you, even with the lockout.
This is her personal best attempt.
Diana Kota from Ukraine, 72.5, a 7.5 kilo jump
It's yours.
on what was already a PB.
Oh, that was really fast, but losing control towards the top, and there's gonna be a no lift, unfortunately.
It was almost ready, but when she lost it,
Yes, she was able to lock it out, but unable to stabilize to receive the rack command, so no lift here.
jump to the opener. 5 kilos jump to personal best.
Yeah, the left hand was pretty much already re-racking as the right hand locked out.
7 kilo category.
And that is why we say it all the time: control, control, and control.
85 kilos for Amelia Dutch from Poland, a 5 kilo jump for a 5 kilo PB attempt.
Come on, Emily. Personal best. Let's go.
That was a beautifully executed second attempt.
It was slightly tougher than opener, but it is to be expected for a second attempt. 3 white lights,
This was
a good lift.
pretty much exactly what you would want from a second attempt.
With this one.
Yeah, you can gauge what you have for the third.
Loaded.
That was nicely executed.
Equaling her personal best with this attempt.
Another 5 kilo jump, but this one from 82.5 to 87.5 for Ada Sofia Sedberg from Norway. That would be a match PB for the Norwegian. All points or contact are made. Tension is created. And the bar goes up so fast.
That was
3 white lights, a good lift.
fairly easy for a second attempt. And
That
really
was better than the opener, and she's smiling.
yeah, she's demonstrating really great control and really great ability to get the maximum out of the squat suit in the squat event and now the bench press shirt.
Now to Sandra Ciesok from Poland. 95 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump.
This should be easy for Sandra since her personal best is big, unique to 8 kilos. Now, Sandra, it's yours.
Most of the equipped lifters opting for the spotters to unrack the bar for themselves. It allows for better positioning in the bench press, and she makes great use of it. 3 white lights, a good lift.
We have a couple of
Just a bit of work towards the top, but a very solid second attempt. And yeah, even with raw bench press, it can throw you off quite a bit when you try to unrack the bar yourself. With the equipped, it is 10 or 20 times
personal best
more
of 5
intense.
kilos.
Nini
This is the time
Coppola
and the
from Finland,
place.
jumping 7.5
It's
kilos
yours.
from 102 to 110. This one's for a 5 kilo PB. But yeah, especially with that new stiffer pad in the bench press, that lift off is so key. Still looking pretty strong. We can see the transition during which it gets harder for her, but still, 3 white lights, a good
5
lift,
kilos.
and a
Congratulations.
new 5
And
kilo
starts the
PB.
volunteer from Ukraine.
She has to be happy with that one. Uh,
Weighing 110 kilos.
from how
Now
everything's looking, she
7.5
has
kilos.
the gold medal in the bench
In
press
second
guaranteed.
attempt.
And so
Also
does
personal
this
best.
next
Power
competitor.
slowing. Anastasia
Anastasia
volunteer,
Olentia from
Ukraine.
Ukraine, jumping 7.5 kilos for
Big
that same
bench
amount of a
in
PB.
57 kilo category.
And as you mentioned, no one in the 57 is going to take a shot at
More
that
than
gold
two
medal.
times her body weight. Come on, girl. It's yours.
Well, if they did, the shot would be quite a long one.
Nah, it would be a Hail Mary. Come on. I don't think she was able to wait for the command here.
Sorry,
No, she
Marina,
was not.
take that one.
3
Still
red
plus five.
lights.
That's unfortunate.
Third
She
round.
had a very strong
Susanna
press up,
Maciuska.
but the bar just getting
7
slightly
kilos.
away from her towards the top.
So for the time being, still in the lead is Olentir by quite the margin, since she has 110 and the second biggest bench is 87.5. And in the 63s is
Now slowly.
Jiesok with
Francesca from
95.
Poland. Personal
No,
best
sorry, it is
attempt.
Coppola with 110. She's just out of the competition
Susanna,
because she was
2.5
not able to
kilos.
register squat. And second position is Jiesok.
On third place at time being in 63 kilo
Third round
category.
start with Susanna Maciuska from Poland,
Dawaj.
70 kilos.
This will extend her personal best by 2.5 kilos, but will not change much in the overall scheme of things.
Most of these sub-juniors making great improvements on every lifts. Troubles on the way down and troubles on the way up.
It's a big, big battle, but
That was so
unfortunately
close. And
not
sorry, Nomi.
today.
So that'll be
We have
2 for 3
Jurda
in the bench
from
press event for
Ukraine.
Susanna Maciuska
It's only two of them, huh?
and 210 kilos of total so far.
Jana Jurda.
Diana Koda from Ukraine
Personal best
re-attempting
attempt. Come on, slowly.
72.5
Let's
after
go,
missing
Diana.
it on her second
Second
attempt.
time is 72.5. Big chunk, 7.5 kilos. Big chunk of the personal best. Dawaj, Diana. Coach Nalekin is watching carefully, of course. What's he's doing there, giving instructions.
And with Coppola out of the competition, it's a battle against herself for that third position. She just needs a deadlift. But for now, it is to increase the subtotal, and it's going to go up this time. No
Nice.
struggles at lockout. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Congratulations,
Well, that
personal
gets
best.
her a
Good
bronze
job.
medal in the bench press.
And we have Ada Perve.
And we mentioned that with the technique adjustments,
Also personal
the
best
outcome
at
could be
90
could
kilos.
be different. It's the
On
case
second
here.
place.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. She
On
managed to keep the
57
bar
kilo
under
category,
control,
but
and the
slowly.
lift
But
looked
slip
fairly
this one
simple.
because Deutsch is coming behind.
We now have 90 kilos twice. The first one being for Ada Sofia Sedberg from Norway.
Kom igen nu. Stark nu.
Every lifter in the 57 kilo class seemed to be pretty well established in their position. We have Olentir in first position,
Okay,
forecasted
picture
with
the way.
465, Essetberg with 400, and Dutch with 372.5.
Another very technical
And referee
execution
decides
of a bench press
new
by
personal
Helthet Berg,
best.
and she guarantees
Okay,
herself the
now
silver
Deutsch has
medal
90
in the
kilos,
bench
but this
press.
is not enough for silver because she's
And
heavier
if she
than
can only
Berenice.
collect her opener of 145 in the
Eyes loaded.
deadlifts, she will stand strong with
But this
400
is
kilos total.
Amelie's personal best, 75 kilos.
Now into Emilia Dutch from
Only
Poland,
Amelie.
also attempting
Let's do
90 kilos,
this.
a 5 kilo jump
Personal best, come on.
to increase her personal best. That's a guaranteed bronze medal in the bench press event.
Come on, come on, come on.
Come on.
Up, up.
How about that for a third
As a third attempt.
for
That
Emilia
was
Dutch?
that was
And
super
it's a way
snappy.
to come.
A yellow light from the right hand side referee. We'll see on the replay what
Caesar,
could have
Coppola,
been the problem.
Volunteer,
I think it's the heels lifting off the ground.
Sandra Caesar,
At the
5
heels
kilos.
or the butt,
Her personal best is 98.
I
but the
think the
lift
butt was alright,
seems to stand.
but the heels were
Personal
questionable.
best is 90. Now bar is loaded. So this is 2 kilos over her personal
No jury
best.
intervention, the lift will
100
stand.
for Sandra Caesar.
Now onto Sandra
Poland.
Ciesok from Poland, 100 kilos. That would be massive, that would be a 2 kilo PB. And 100
Come on,
kilos
girl.
is a big milestone
You
in
got
the
the
bench press
power. Let's
event.
go.
Come on. Battle it out.
Oh, it's a
Battle,
lot of
battle,
work.
battle. Waiting for the lights. 3 white lights. A good lift. A new PB of 100 kilos.
What a battle, and she is fairly well cemented in first place to take home the 63 kilo sub juniors title.
Clearly.
She would just need one single valid deadlift.
In that case, I want to be safe. I'm going to lower that opener. 2 more bench presses to go before we head into a 10-minute break. We have Nini Coppola from Finland attempting 115, 5 kilo jump for that same amount of a personal best.
Let's go, Nini. So as finish season.
Come on!
Proper fight, staying in control, and it's 3 white lights for Coppola. She takes home the bench press gold in the 63s.
This one's really gonna make you regret what happened in the squat, but still a gold medal and a new PB.
10 kilos
The
over
last
personal
bench press of
best.
this flight goes to Anastasia Olentia from
Let's go,
Ukraine,
Anastasia.
120.
It was
This
easier
a 2.5
second,
kilo jump after missing 117.5. So that would be for a 10 kilo personal best for the Ukrainian.
Well, it certainly was not a strength issue.
It was more of a control issue at lockout. So if you can use that tension from the bench pressure and push in the correct direction at lockout, it could happen. I would not bet against Anastasia. Come on. Oh, it's a fight. Is it locked out?
Oh, she worked hard to keep control there, and it's 2 blue lights.
And these blue light might be for downwards movements or lack of lockout. We'll have the answer with that replay.
Oh, I think that the bar just dipped slightly there while she was locking it out.
Ah, that's hard. That is hard.
That is harsh, but
So, gold medalist in the bench press event for the 57 is Anastasia Olentia with 110. And the gold medalist for the 63s is Sondra Tsiesok with 100. Oh no, I think it's Nini Coppola once again from Finland. She gets the gold medal with 115. So that would be somewhat of a smile on her face at the end of the competition with a gold medal. That is nice. We'll be back in 9 minutes for deadlifts. See you then. And we are back in action here in Pilsen, Czechia for the 2025 European Equipped Powerlifting Championship. This is the first flight of the day. We've seen squats, we've seen bench, and we are going to be seeing deadlifts for three weight classes, the 43s, 47s, 52s, 57s, and 63s. So 5 crown to be put on these athletes. And the first one to open in the deadlift event is Anna Novitska from Ukraine. 70 kilos the first opener, and will go up to as high as 130 in the first round of deadlifts.
Well, in the 43 and the 52 kilo categories, the placings seem to be pretty much determined if nothing goes terribly wrong for any of the athletes. But in the 47 kilo category, we are looking at quite a tight battle, just 5 kilos separating the first and second place on prognosis.
Very interesting battle indeed. Three white lights, a good lift. The total is solidified for the Ukrainian.
She's going to be walking home with a silver medal and the European vice champion title.
Really, in that first round of deadlifts, this is what we're all looking forward to. Everyone securing the total and then trying to increment and play it aggressive. But that first round is for safety and totals to be secured. Anna Maria Opriu from Romania, 80 kilos. Smooth opener.
Three white lights and a good lift. Is that a deadlift suit or just a regular singlet? Because no, I think it's a deadlift suit.
Yeah, it might be somewhat of a soft suit. Now, definitely with the deadlift suit is Sofia Serendeko from Ukraine, 90 kilos. And those deadlift suits make for more stiffness around the hips and the shoulders, but it's also more difficult to get into position with those suits.
And as we can see here, difficult to hold balance, and that is going to be a no lift for Sofia, unfortunately.
Sumo deadlifts are already difficult to balance, but when you're too stiff around the hips or the shoulders, it's even more difficult to fight the lockout. No lift. 95 for Susanna Sosnik from Poland. If she can secure this, she'll get a medal. And 3 white lights. A good lift, so bare minimum a silver medal in the 52 kilo class. Bars now loaded for Sofia Chevchuk from Ukraine, 102.5. She really needs to set the tone if she wants to be in the hunt of Elisa Perdon. It's gonna be 3 white lights, a good lift.
3 white lights. She seemed to struggle with the balance a tiny bit on the lockout. We'll see on the replay.
I agree. I have to agree here. Was not the most comfortable lockout. So on the platform, back-to-back athletes that are fighting for the title in the 47s. We have Elisa Perdon opening with 110. That would create a 5 kilo lead for her in the class.
Well, she took a sensible decision, scratched her third bench press attempt, felt was on the limit, and saved some energy for deadlifts.
Lockout was convincing. It's gonna be 3 white lights and a good lift.
kilos.
For the time being, she's in the lead of the 47 kilo class, above Chevchuk.
Just looking at those openers, I feel Predon has a slightly better chance of taking home the title, but of course a lot can happen.
I fully agree. Now adjusting her belt is Diana Lavros from Ukraine. Keep in mind that the belt is the only piece of equipment you're allowed to adjust on the platform.
She's already up.
And 3 white legs, a good lift. So she's now in the lead of the 52 kilo class, above Susanna Sosnik from Poland. The last one to open is Karolina Itzak from Poland. 130, only 3 kilos shy of her PB.
Really good. Big opener, bars loaded.
She's the lightest athlete of this whole group, of this whole flight. And she has the biggest subtotal of the first 3 weight classes. Impressive. I think she was asking for the bar to be brushed, but it needs to be asked before the bar is loaded to the referees. And still the grip is secured. It's going to be 3 white lights.
She manages to get it up with no major problems.
So that gives her a 320 kilo total, leading the 43s. In the lead for the 47s is Elisa Perdon with 280. And in the lead for the 52s, we have Diana Lavros with 297.5. It's going to be interesting to follow how these totals evolve in the 47s, what jumps are these athletes going to make. Second round starts with Anna Novitska from Ukraine, 75 kilos.
And you can see, just can't get into the right position to start properly.
It's weird how it lifts off of the ground on one side but not the other, and no lift. The only lifter yet to be on the board, Sofia Seredenko from Ukraine, reattempting 90 kilos.
Nice and easy now, Sofia.
Just needs to keep her balance.
Lock it out. Was it better? Yes, it was. 3 white lights, a good lift, and the total is secured.
Yeah, just pushed her hips through that tiny bit more to secure the balance at the top and secure the white lights.
She's now standing on 250 and pretty much a guaranteed bronze medal, Razem. Ana Maria Opriu from Romania, jumping 10 kilos from 80 to 90 and makes easy work of it.
That is 3 white lights and a good lift.
105 kilos for Susanna.
And as you said, a fairly comfortable second attempt.
Yeah, that sumo technique is looking nice.
Yeah, considering she's using a deadlift suit, she gets a very good starting position.
Now looking to match her personal best deadlift is Susanna Sośnik from Poland, jumping 10 kilos to 105. She got me worried for her feet here, but 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, a lot of these competitors have me worried about their feet. They are standing right next to the plates.
Yeah, very toast to plate sumo.
And
but she pulls the feet inwards on the way down.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that.
110 for Sofia Chevchuk from Ukraine, 7.5 kilo jump. And this wants to surpass Elisa Perdon by 2.5 kilos.
We'll have to wait for the lights here.
Good play.
3 white lights, Igor lives. So for the time being, she's in the lead with 277.5. But with that attempt, Elisa Pardon will have a 280 kilos total.
They have a tough fight. Bars loaded. They're done. Come on, Elisa.
It's interesting to see this fight because they go back to back on the platform and we get to gauge who we feel has the most room to roam for the third.
Absolutely, and Perdon is gonna have a slight advantage going in third round if she makes this, because she's gonna be going after Shevchuk. And that looks fairly comfortable.
3 white lights, good lifts. It feels like the two lifters have room for like 5 kilos, so it's going to be a case of who gets and who misses the third attempt.
Well, absolutely, Shevchuk is gonna be going for 115. With that, she surpasses Perdon by 2.5 kilos. Perdon can then match the 2.5 kilo jump as she is lighter.
But Perdon has the body weight advantage, which is nice. She has the deadlift and the body weight advantage. Easy attempt for Diana Lavras. She makes easy work of this 117.5, 3 white lights.
This is European sub-junior record attempt.
Now a massive attempt, Razem. Karolina Itzak from Poland, jumping 3.5 kilos from 130 to 133.5. That would be a European sub-junior record attempt in the second round of deadlifts.
That is impressive if she makes it 133.5.
And now no troubles with the grip. The bar has been brushed for that record attempt.
Come on, girl, it's yours.
A new PB and a record. Come on.
And it's work. But she does it.
I think she gets it. And she does. 3 white lights, a new European sub-junior record. With one more deadlift to go for Karolina Itzak.
One more round to go. Then we start the third round, and Novitska comes first with 75 kilos.
That closes out the second round of deadlifts. So for the time being, with that new record in the lead for the 43s, it's Karolina Itzak. Leading in the 47s is Elisa Perdon. And leading the 52s in the deadlift event is Diana Lavras. And the thing is that all of these deadlift leaders are the class leaders. Karolina Itzak leading the 43s with a new record. We'll see how much she can push it in this third round of deadlift, starting now with Anna Novitska reattempting 75. And that same scenario, it lifts off the ground on the right side but not on the left side. No lift.
Anna Oproy, Romania, 95 kilos for Anna.
Anna Maria Opriu from Romania is going to attempt a 5 kilo jump from 90 to 95.
And that's gonna be 5 kilos below her personal best.
Technique was great so far. How about that one?
Yeah, she has to work for that one. It's 3 white lights, but seems to be right about on the limit for today.
100 kilos. 10 kilo for an opener. On third place today.
Yeah, it was on the limit. I was worried for supporting on the thighs, but she manages to keep the knee backwards. And she's fine. Sofia Serenenko from Ukraine. From 90 to 100, 10 kilo jump for a 7.5 kilo PB.
Ukraine, final attempt here at European Championships.
Come on.
Come on. it's hard work to lock it out,
That's a good fight for Sofia.
but it's 3 white lights and the work goes rewarded in the end.
She got me worried because I thought she was gonna drop the bar on the way down.
Yeah, it
Looking at
was
that right hand.
really, really close,
Deadlift and total,
but held on.
52 kilo class. And bar is loaded.
Well, with that, she gets the bronze medal both in the deadlift event and in the class of the 47s. Now walking onto the platform is Susanna Sośnik from Poland,
Let's go, Susanna.
going for
One more
110, a
time.
5 kilo
Come
jump.
on.
It looked easier than her second attempt.
No, there was a fairly easy third attempt there. She seems to be very happy with it.
It's gonna be 3 white lights.
And she's walking away with the vice champion title.
Sofia Setzer, Ukraine.
That next one is important, Yazin. That next one is very important. It's Sofia Chevchuk from Ukraine attempting a 5 kilo jump to regain the lead in the 47 kilo class. She's 2.5 kilos behind Elisa Perdon. This one's to be 2.5 kilos above.
This is to take the title provisionally. And it's hard work.
What an effort!
What a fighter.
Oh, it's not gonna go up. And so Elisa Perdon is going to be crowned the 47 kilo sub-junior champion. Wow, that was quite the battle.
That was quite an effort from Shevchuk, but Perdon, regardless of what she does here, she's gonna be walking home the European champion.
No more chases, the openers.
117.5, only a 2.5 kilo per
Let's
personal
go,
best,
Elisa.
because she has already secured
Come on, girl.
the
You got
title.
it.
And not only does she walk away with the title, she walks with a new massive total PB with 282.5. Congratulations to the champion Elisa Perdon.
That was quite a showing she had today. Great tactical plays, great tactical decisions. I think she made all of the lifts she attempted. Scratched the last bench.
I think you're right. Or maybe she missed the second squat.
Maybe, yeah.
But still, she walks away champion. She's done her job, and congratulations.
You can't complain about that.
Another lifter that is going to be crowned champion is Diana Lavres in the 52 kilo class. Attempting 125 or 2.5 PB. It flew up the ground. She knocks it out, 3 white lights. That gives her a 310 kilo total. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Now we have our final attempt.
And on the replay, it looked like she had more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But she did not need it.
Now, an attempt to try and push the European sub-junior record forward in the deadlift event. Karolina Itzak in the 43 kilo class. She's going to be crowned champion. This one's for 325.5 kilo total. She already owns the record. Why not push it?
Come on, come on, come on, come on. You got it. Let's go, 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 go.
Oh, it's hard work. She gives it her all.
Too much
It's
today.
not gonna be it. But
But I
still
mean,
walks home with the title and with the record. There's nothing to complain about there.
multiple gold medals with the multiple events. The gold medal in the class and that new record in the deadlift events. What a great competition from Karolina Itzak. Not much more you can ask for. And the champion in the 47 kilo class, as mentioned, is Elisa Perdon with 282.5, closely followed by Sofia Cheshchuk with to 77.5. They gave us a great battle, to be fair. And in the 52 kilo class, the champion is Diana Lavras with 310 kilos. That was a great first group. We have another one starting off now. The 57s and the 63s. The first ones to open are
Opening
Diana
110
Koda
kilos with
and
this
Susana
50
Machuski.
kilos over her personal best.
110 is the opener for Diana Koda. She did 110 in the squat, 72.5 in the bench press. She needs to solidify the total with that opener to be at least bronze medalist.
And that looks like a fine first attempt. 3 white lights. And she's gonna be walking home with at least a bronze medal.
Susanna Maciejska from Poland, 130 kilos. Popola, Deutsch, get ready for your opening
Also in the
attempts.
63s, Susana Machuska from Poland opening
Number
with
40,
130 kilos.
Susanna Maciejska, Poland.
And depending on how deadlift goes today for her, she could be aiming at a new PB in the deadlifts and in total.
Maciejska. 40 seconds. Oh, here she comes. Let's go.
And finally, she comes on the platform. The deadlift setup is not as long as the bench press setup, so 30 seconds is plenty.
Well, absolutely. Some people do have a ritual they like to do before a deadlift, but you don't really need to do it. So
Very easy
there's
opener.
Easy
3
work.
white lights, easy work as you said.
And we have Nini Kopula from Finland, 135 kilos. Deutsch, get
So
ready.
far, so good.
Opening attempt. Paris loaded. Nini Kopula. Let's go, Nini.
Bar is now loaded for Nini Coppola from Finland, 135. This is very close of a personal best of 137.5.
Well, she had a great showing on the bench press, taking the gold medal in that discipline. Unfortunately, unable to get a squat in.
Oh, she's looking strong.
Well,
Oh
was
yeah,
like
that is a great first attempt on the deadlift.
She's
And
due for a PB today, for sure.
137.5. Bellier, get ready. Paris loaded.
In the 57s we go with Amelia Dutch from Poland, 137.5.
Amelie Deutsch from Poland.
Another lifter hoping to open very close to our personal best. Her registered deadlift PB is 140.
Let's go, Amelie. Nice and easy now.
Well, unfortunately, unable to lock it out. At least I think so.
I think it was a case of balance here. Hopefully
Yeah.
it's not strength, because there are only 3 competitors in the 57s and she was guaranteed on the podium with that opener.
Absolutely, she'll just need to keep her balance on the second attempt.
Opening with 145 is Ada Sofia Sedberg from Norway. Also opening 2.5 kilos shy of her PB. There's a trend going on in this fight. And this one looks just like an opener should. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Anastasia Olentir.
I think she's still going to be quite far off of Anastasia Olentir to try and put up a fight. But still a great show out.
Anastasia.
Well, yeah, I think if all of our competitors make their openers, the placings will be pretty much determined.
I
There
agree.
are pretty big gaps between the competitors, and at these lower body weights, I do not expect them to make such large jumps as to catch each other.
The last opener for the 57s is Anastasia Olentir, 150. Wow, big pull.
That is super fast.
Good
Oh,
for
she's
the
looking
lifts.
strong. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Very easy opening for
The
Anastasia.
total is solidified for the athlete that is going to be crowned
From Poland,
champion in the
57
57
pound.
kilo class.
Very slowly.
And the very last opener in the
So Sandra,
63s, Sandra
equaling her
Jesok from
personal
Poland,
best with this one.
152.5. This time matching her PB.
She's gonna match her deadlift personal best and improve her personal best in the total by quite a margin. 14.5 kilos. And that looks like a solid lift, but we'll have to wait and see. It's 3
Good
white lights.
lift.
I was a bit afraid that she let go of the bar too soon,
Second
but
round.
it seems
Good
she
job.
held on just long enough.
20 kilos.
And no technical issues so far, so no explanation for us to do. No blue lights, no yellow lights. We are fine over here.
Almost out of job.
So obviously leading the 57 kilo class with that 150 deadlift is Anastasia Olentir.
So it's
And leading the
buckle slowly.
63s with 152 is
So the
Sandra
second
Jesok.
round, of course.
Both respectively leading their
Sugar,
classes.
120.
Anastasia with 455 in total and Sandra Jesok with 427.5.
Let's go, girl. First one was
The second round of deadlift starts now with Diana Koda from Ukraine going from 110 to 120.
The first one was very solid.
And the second one also 3 white lights.
Yeah, fairly comfortable. At this point, she is building up her total, just trying to improve. She is cemented
our hands
in
moving.
third
Let's
place,
move her on the
and
second one.
I don't think she's going to be reaching deadlift
Nice
medal
and fast
positions,
and
so
Emily, you got the power. Nice and easy now, you can do it.
And now you can see Amelia Dutch waiting, eager to get onto the platform. She's the only athlete yet to have secured a total. She's retaking 137.5. It was a struggle at lockout. She couldn't quite lock it out because she lost her balance. She's definitely strong enough. She needs to secure that bronze medal position for that deadlift. Cut the suspense. Let's go. Much better out of the Polish. 3 white lights and the total is secured at last.
much better, as you said, and we have all of our competitors now securing a total, of course, except for Coppola, who hasn't managed to get a squat in.
Opting to go to 140. It's a 10 kilo jump for Susana Maciuska from Poland.
Come on, come on, come on. Nice and easy. Yes.
And that is a solid second attempt. Just a tiny shake at the top, but nothing that would cost her the 3 white lights.
145 kilos for Coppola. 10 kilos jump from the opener. And Paris loaded.
Yeah, there's more where that came from.
Well, let's hope so.
Nini, let's go.
Walking onto the platform is Nini Coppola from Finland, jumping 10 kilos from 135 to 145.
Go, Nini.
She collected the gold medal in the bench press event of the 63s. What can she collect in the deadlift event?
A bit more work this time, but she locks it out strong. 3 white lights for Coppola.
Congratulations. We have Ara
Let's
Behe.
have a look at the replay to see what happened
85 kilos,
against her
also 10
thighs.
kilos chunk, the opener.
Yeah, just
And body
a
slowly
slight
through Ara.
friction at the top.
Well, the weight was 10
Personal
kilos heavier
best
than
is
on her opener,
12
so you
kilos
would
for
expect her
Ara.
to have to work a bit more.
Kom igen nu Ara.
It was not too much work for her
Kom
second
igen.
attempt.
Halt nu.
Ada Sofia Setberg from Norway, jumping 10 kilos to 145 to 155. This one's for 7.5 kilo PB in the deadlifts.
That looked beautiful to me, and referees say.
And it's gonna be 3 white lights, a good lift, and also a 10 kilo PB in total with 410.
Now we have Anastasia Olenter.
The Norwegian having a day.
160 kilos and bodies loaded. Volunteer, Ukraine.
Bars loaded now for Anastasia Olentia from Ukraine. Also a 10 kilo jump. This one's from 150 to 160.
Leading this competition.
Not yet a PB in the deadlift, but very much a PB in total.
40 seconds. Let's go. Давай.
Let's get into position. Big pull once again.
And
She's
another
looking so
easy
strong.
one. She is looking incredibly strong. And I also like the new camera angle that we have. Haven't seen that before.
Sandra Zizek, 160 kilos, bodies loaded. Let's go, Sandra.
And
The
you
media
can see
team is really doing these athletes justice with all of these angles.
It's 7.5 kilos.
absolutely
Jumping 7.5 kilos from 152.5 to 160 is Sandra Ciesok from Poland. The athlete well in the lead of the 63 kilo class for the sub-juniors.
Up. No.
I think she sat down too much here and was not able to push through. We'll have a look on the side angle of the replay.
Something wrong with techniques, probably.
I think
Third round.
see she's sitting down a bit behind.
yeah, it just seems she can't get a proper start. Somewhat struggling, but she's still in the lead on the
And
deadlifts for now, and
The leaders have not changed, they have just increased their gap on their opposition, both in the deadlift event and in total. I think the titles are secured. In the 57, Anastasia Olentier is going to be crowned champion. And in the 63s, Sandra Ciesok is going to be crowned champion. But in terms of deadlift medal, things might be shaken up a bit by this third round. We'll see what happens. Starting off with Diana Koda in the 63s, attempting 127.5.
oh, and just misses it out on the balance.
So sorry. No lift.
It was close apparently. It was close because the chief referee gave a white light.
Yeah, it was. The strength was there, the execution was a bit scrappy, and that's what cost her, in my opinion.
Now until Emilia Dutch from Poland, attempting a 5 kilo PB with 145.
Personal best, Amelie. Let's do this. Давай, come on. Up, come on.
And she's working very hard for it. She manages to lock it out real strong. And it's 3 white lights, a good lift, right about on the limit.
That was a
For
nice
Emilia.
way to end the competition for her.
Beautiful. Pink is beautiful. Zuzana Machevska comes next, 150 kilos.
She's walking away with bronze medal both in the deadlift event and in the 57 kilo class.
Nothing to complain about there.
Susanna Majowska from Poland. She opened with 130, passed by 140 easily. She's now attempting 150 for a 5 kilo PB
Dabei Susanna.
in the deadlift and a
Personal
2.5
best.
kilo
Come on.
PB in total.
Oh,
Come on!
Oh, another hard work on the lockout.
That was a good
And she got me
flight.
worried here for downwards movements. It's gonna be 3 white lights in
She
good
gets
lifts.
the second place.
Just about on the limit of what you'd call downward movement or supporting the bar.
She wants to take the deadlift gold medal.
Just about, but it's good enough. It's 3 white lights.
Good for her, I mean.
Of course,
Absolutely.
she's coming afterwards. Bonus loaded for Nini Coppola.
4 more deadlifts to go. We have Nini Coppola from Finland, 155. She already matched her PB during the second attempt. This one's for a 10 kilo personal best in the deadlift event. And this one would be for a silver medal.
Well, at least a silver, possibly a gold.
Depending on what Sandra Jesok can pull on later.
Oh, it's hard work, but
Sorry, too much today.
unfortunately a no lift, and she's gonna be staying in the bronze position of the deadlifts.
Final attempts on deadlift on this competition.
So medals are secured in the deadlift event. It's Coppola in bronze, Machuska in silver, Sandra Jesok in gold, but is it going to be with a 152.5 or 160? She missed it during the second round. She's reattempting it right now. The champion of the 63 kilo class for the sub juniors, taking a shot at a 435 kilo total.
Your European champion today. Pull it up. Давай. Come on.
Davai.
Come on.
Sorry.
Can't break the floor, unfortunately. She's gonna be staying in deadlift gold and taking home the title of the European sub-junior 63 kilo champion.
167.5 kilos.
Not by any means.
Absolutely nothing
I
to
would love to
complain
go
about
1 for
there.
3 in the deadlifts if I'm crown champion. That's no biggie.
Second was really easy.
2 more deadlifts to go. We have Ada Sofia Berg from Norway, 167.5. That's a massive jump. 12.5 kilo, Razem.
That is a brave jump.
Not one we could have read by any means. But if she
Absolutely.
loads that up, she must be confident.
Come in. Literally.
Come on!
Oh, it's hard work. She's powering. Oh, and unfortunately, that is going to be a no lift, and the spotters quickly get her out of the belt.
It could have been there. It was not so far off.
I think she got lightheaded.
She really tried.
That's why they were
also.
holding her legs up to get some more blood into her head.
Yeah, great reaction by this spotting crew.
Oh, incredible professionalism. I wouldn't have thought of that in the moment.
Yeah, they are very professional, very fast, very efficient, and very safe.
Okay, now we
We
have
need
this
them in terms of rhythm
final
for the
attempt on
predictability of the
deadlift.
warm-up, the rhythm of the competition,
178 kilos.
but they are very important for
Sub-juniors,
safety,
European
so
record
huge props
attempts.
and thanks to the
On
spotters.
deadlift for
One
Anastasia
last
Olenchik,
deadlift, Razem.
Ukraine.
Anastasia Olenchik from Ukraine, jumping 18 kilos from 160 to 178, an attempt at the European sub-junior record for the Ukrainian. The bar is loaded.
Anastasia, Kawai.
She's already the champion by a sizable margin. Why not attempt a record? I mean,
Давай, come on, girl.
She has nothing to lose here, but all to gain.
she's been so strong. Why not? Why not, Anastasia? Come on, big pull.
Come on. It's up. It's down.
Is it locked out enough?
It's a 2-to-1. A red light.
European
I would presume for insufficient lockout.
What an
We'll have a
amazing
look
goal.
at the
18
replay.
kilos time to the second attempt.
And is that for that right shoulder being a bit too forward and the hips not properly locked out? They are discussing it. They are not
And ladies and
unanimous yet,
gentlemen, get
so
ready
I
for the
think
victory
this lift will stand and
ceremonies
a new
shortly.
European sub-junior record for the Ukrainian Olentia, winning the class, getting deadlift gold. What a show out for the Ukrainian. So just a quick recap. Bronze medal in the 57s goes to Amelia Dutch, silver medalist from Norway, Ada Sofia Setberg with 410. And with 483 and that new record in the deadlift event, the Ukrainian Anastasia Olentia walks away with gold. In the 63s, unfortunately unable to register a total is Nini Coppola. Third, Diana Koda with 302.5. Vice champion 360, Susanna Machuska, and the champion of the 63 kilo class, Sandra Chiesok with 427.5. Thanks, Zem. It was a great first session.
It was an incredible first session. We've seen records fall, and I am quite sure we're gonna see more of them fall. Maybe later today, maybe in the following days. Join us back at 3 p.m. for the men's sub-junior 53 to 74 and the rest of the women's sub-junior classes.
See you then.
here they come. Big hand for our fantastic sub-junior ladies. 43, 47, 52 kilo category. We should have eight of them here. Yeah, but the rest are coming. Just a second. Now we have already 7. We should have one more. First group lifters. And the medals will be given by our president of EPA, Mr. Björn Asta from Norway. And Mr. Matti Vladimir, our main director. He's here, and then Miss Letjana Melnik, our General Secretary General. First participation medals to each and every lifter. As a memory, and thank you of being here, Pilsen 2025, European Equipped Powerlifting Championships of Sub-Juniors. And we start with the squat medals in a 43 kilo category. Silver medal on squat goes to Anna Novitska, Ukraine. 77.5 kilos best attempt. Anna Novitska, Ukraine. Not here. Well, then we have the gold medal, and it goes to Karolina Ichak from Poland. A big squat, 125 kilos. Then we have the bench medals. And silver medal on bench goes to Anna Novitska. Still don't see her. So the gold medal goes to Karolina Ichak from Poland. At 65 kilos, best attempt. And the deadlift medals. Silver to Anna Novitska, Ukraine. And the gold medal on deadlift for Karolina Ichak, Poland. With new European record, 133.5 kilos. More than 3 times her own body weight. That's really well done. And you can stay there because European champion 2025 is Karolina Ichak from Poland. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Poland. Because please stay there for a second. Please stay to the podium because we We have the late lamb here, so she will get the medals and we get the picture together. Here she is. Anna Novitska from Ukraine. Please come to the second place and you will receive your medals. Congratulations. And now big smiles, ladies. Thank you. We go to 47 kilo category sub-junior squat medals. Bronze medal on squat goes to Sofia Sedorenko, Ukraine. Best attempt, 100 kilos. Silver medal to Sofia Sevchuk from Ukraine. Best result of 110 kilos. And the squat gold medal to Elisa Perdon from Poland. Also 110 kilos, but lighter on body weight. Thank you, ladies. Then we have the bench press medals. Bronze goes to Elisa Perdon from Poland. Silver medal to Sofia Sevchuk from Ukraine, 57.5 kilos. And the gold medal on bench press to Sofia Sedorenko, Ukraine. Thank you, ladies. Then we have the deadlift medals. Bronze goes to Sofia Sedorenko, Ukraine. Silver medal to Sofia Sevchuk, Ukraine, 110 kilos, best attempt. And gold medal on deadlift, Elisa Perdon from Poland, 117.5 kilos. Thank you, ladies. Medals on total. Today, the bronze medalist is Sofia Seredenko, Ukraine. A total of 260 kilos. Silver medal to Sofia Sevchuk, Ukraine, 277.5 kilos. And the gold medalist, European champion 2025 is Elisa Perdon from Poland. A total of 282.5 kilos. Please stand up for national anthem of Ukraine. Poland. Congratulations. Then we have next category. And that's 52 kilo category, and squat medals. Silver medal goes to Susanna Snowczek, Poland. The best attempt of 100 kilos. And the squat gold medal to Diana Lavros from Ukraine. Big smiles, ladies. And we have the bench press medals. Bronze medal goes to Anna Maria Oproi from Romania. Best attempt, 50 kilos. And we have silver medalist on bench press, and that is Diana Lavros from Ukraine. 52.5 kilos, best attempt. And the gold medal on bench press goes to Susanna Snowczek, Poland. 67.5 kilos, best attempt. Big smiles, ladies. Thank you. And we have the deadlift medals. Bronze medal on deadlift goes to Anna Maria Oproi, Romania, with best attempt of 95 kilos. Silver medal to Susanna Snowczek from Poland, 110 kilos, best attempt. And the deadlift gold medal to Diana Lavros, Ukraine, with best attempt of 125 kilos. Thank you, ladies. And we have medals on total. Today, the silver medalist is Susanna Snowczek from Poland, with a total of 277.5 kilos. And the gold medalist, European champion 2025, is Diana Lavros from Ukraine, with a total of 310 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for national anthem of Ukraine. Congratulations. Then we have a 57 kilo category, and first we give the squat medals. Bronze medal on squat goes to Amelie Deutz from Poland. The silver medal goes to Ada Berge from Norway. 165 kilos, best attempt. And the squat gold medal goes to Anastasia Olenchuk from Ukraine. 195 kilos, best attempt. Thank you, ladies. And we have the bench medals. Bronze medal from bench goes to Amalia Deutz from Poland with a best attempt of 90 kilos. And the silver medal to Ada Berge from Norway, also 90 kilo but lighter on body weight. Bench press gold medal goes to Anastasia Olenchuk from Ukraine with best attempt of 110 kilos. Big smiles, ladies. Thank you. And we have the deadlift medals. And the bronze medal goes to Amelie Deutz from Poland. 145 kilos, best attempt. And the silver to Ada Berge from Norway. 155 kilos, best attempt. And deadlift gold medal to Anastasia Olenchuk from Ukraine with new European record, 178 kilos. And actually you can stay there because the bronze medalist today is Amelia Deutz from Poland. And our silver medalist is Ada Sofie Berge from Norway. And the gold medalist, European champion 2025, Anastasia Olenchuk from Ukraine, with big total 483 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for national anthem of Ukraine. Congratulations. And we have one more category to go. 63 kilo ladies. Sub junior ladies and squat medals first. Bronze medal goes to Diana Churda from Ukraine. With 110 kilos best attempt. And the squat silver medal to Zuzanna Maciejewska from Poland. 142.5 kilos best attempt. And the gold medal to Sandra Zizok from Poland with 175. Thank you, ladies. Then we have the bench press medals. Bronze medal on bench press goes to Diana Churda, Ukraine. 72.5 kilos, best attempt. And the silver medal to Sandra Zizok, Poland. 100 kilos, best attempt. And the bench press gold medal to Nini Coppola from Finland with 115 kilos, best attempt. Big smiles, ladies. Thank you, ladies. And we have the deadlift medals. Bronze medal on deadlift goes to Minni Coppola from Finland with the best attempt of 145 kilos. And the silver medal to Zuzanna Maciejewska from Poland. Best attempt of 150 kilos. And the deadlift gold medal goes to Sandra Zizok from Poland. 152.5 kilos, best attempt. Thank you, ladies. And we have the medals on total. The bronze medalist is Diana Churda from Ukraine. A total of 302.5 kilos. The silver medalist is Zuzanna Maciejewska from Poland. A total of 360 kilos. And the gold medalist, European champion 2025 is Sandra Zizok, Poland, with a big total of 427.5 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Poland. Thank you, ladies. Big hand for our fantastic sub-junior lifters, 43 to 63 kilo category. Thank you for coming here. I hope to see you all back next year, even stronger if that's possible.